Hey everyone, it's the Edgar. I want to talk a little bit about archetypes and overhyping right now in this meta. As we all know, in the last meta, we had two archetypes that pretty much trounced everything else. You had Inzector and you had Windups, two dedicated archetypes that were just phenomenal and, batshit insane. And really it gave everyone this whole fear factor of, oh crap, archetypes, archetypes, archetypes. All of them are going to be this way from now on. Konami's going to make all broken archetypes, blah, blah, blah. Well, as we saw from the ban list, Konami did not want that to happen, so they fixed those archetypes and they brought everything down to an equal playing level. Now people are saying this is going to happen again. They're saying Atlanteans are going to be as broken as Inzectors. They're saying Spellbooks are going to be as broken as Windups. They're saying Lavalls are going to be as broken as Dino Rabbit. This is not true. Now, you can call an opinion whatever you want. They're nowhere on the same tier. They're just not. I've seen Atlantean decks played. I've played against them tons of times. I've been doing playtests against Atlantean and Spellbook in particular because they're very new and interesting upcoming decks. Atlanteans are a good deck. They're a very good deck. They're uh what's his name? They're Atlantean Dragon. I don't remember his name right now. Um, their Atlantean Dragon is really, really powerful. It really is. It and Call the Haunted make an amazing setup. And I agree with you that, triple Call the Haunted plus him equals ridiculousness because you literally go call, 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 tribute, summon him, return all those to your hand, and you can bring him out from the hand or the graveyard. So even if he's warning, you can play your Call the Haunteds, call, 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 bring him out from your graveyard. All their monsters lose 900 attack or more. Like I said, it's a true nade plus a 28 beat stick in one, and it's really powerful. I understand this and I agree with this. The problem is, again, people are overhyping it. The Atlantean deck is a good deck, do not get me wrong, but it is nowhere near the tier of Inzectors or Windups. It's just not. The same case goes for the Spellbooks. Spellbooks are a powerful deck, but they have a very, very big drawback factor. The fact that you can only use each one of those spells once per turn limits you severely. Every one of them has a duality card ruling. Only one of this card can be activated per turn. Now, that's going to be really bad for you because with mode decks, you can just do whatever. You can splash, let's say you're playing Inzectors. Splash 3 Hornets, splash 3 Dragonfly, splash 3 of this, splash 3 of this. Splash everything pretty much. It doesn't matter, just splash, splash, splash. You can't do that with a spellbook because if you end up drawing doubles or triples of something, it's completely useless. You have dead cards in hand, so you really can't do that. So like I said, it's going to be spellbooks will be very good, and it'll give spellcaster archetypes a lot of support. But it's also going to have a pretty big drawback. You're going to have to play it smart, not just run 3 of everything in the deck. You have to think about what you want to do, what you want to run. Yes, they have two big 25 beat sticks that are very easy for them to bring out. I understand that. The problem is you have to understand, while they're very easy to bring out, they're also very easy to kill. They don't have that great of effects. All they are is pretty much 25 floaters. And if you can jump the 25 floater, they're in kind of a bad position. Now, their maiden, the 2500 maiden of the deck can destroy cards on your opponent's side of the field. I understand that, but that's why we have Veiler and Fiendish Chain and Bottomless, and there's no priority and all kinds of stuff like that. So, don't think you're going to get her effect every single time. And if they have something like Shining, that's a 26, you're kind of up shit's creek without a paddle. But like I said, I think they're gonna be really good archetypes, but I think they're being massively overhyped. Atlanteans, they're good, but they do have some drawbacks to them. It's kind of slow getting your big dragon out. I mean, once you get him out, he's good, but the deck right now just has a little bit of consistency issues. So we have to see if people can find a way around that. Spellbooks, very good, but you have to be smart about playing them. You have to be smart about building them. They're not just an Inzector deck where you just 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay, let's play and let me destroy your entire field every single turn. That doesn't work. They're more of a power out deck. They try and overpower your opponent and use all their spell and monster effects to kind of swing the duel in your favor. Lavalls. Lavalls are going to be really good. I understand this. But people, stop saying they're, unstoppable. Lavals are not unstoppable. True Rekindling is a good card. I'm not saying it's not. But Lavals are not the end all to be all. They're just not. Like, I'm sorry. You know, a lot of people are saying, Lavals are the next, um, they're saying Lavals are the next, Rescue Rabbit. And they're just not. They're not. I mean, Lavals are not the next Rescue Rabbit. Rescue Rabbit was the this last format was a tier of format that never should have happened. 3 decks were just stupid broken. I mean, three decks were stupid broken. And Konami realized this, and they're like, "Oh, what did we do here?" And everyone was thinking, "Oh, Evagishkis. Oh yeah, we're losing our winders. We're getting Evagishkis." Guess what? They limited Goose Kraken. No hand loop for you. That's the only reason people even were excited about Evagishkis, because of that stupid Kraken hand loop crap. I'm so tired of people trying to take a deck and say it's broken, it's unbeatable, it's whatever, when it's not. And then they say, oh, Konami doesn't care about our meta. They don't care about what we do, blah, blah, blah. This latest ban list shows they do care and they do watch what we're talking about. They saw this format and they saw how people reacted to it. They weren't happy. They lost a lot of players to Pokemon, to Yu-Gi-Oh, to Magic, to Vanguard, to any number of card games because this format sucked. And they saw that. So you think they're going to make these kind of archetypes again? No. They don't want to lose product. Yu-Gi-Oh is the #1 selling TCG in the world. They don't want to lose players. They're making plenty of money off it. So they want to keep their players. So they're not going to be making these kind of decks again. So don't even think about it. Like, as we saw from the ban list, they saw what people were doing on Dueling Network with the Goose Kraken hand loop, and they were like, no, gone. Bryonic got banned because Dragons had a loop with him, Ivagishis had a loop with him, Atlanteans had a loop with him, so many decks had a loop with him. They saw that, gone. Goose Kraken, they saw that you could still loop with him, gone. They actually are taking care of our meta and taking care of us. They do actually care. So do you think they're gonna make the Ivagishkis or the Atlantean or the Lavals or the any of the new archetypes coming out? I've seen them all. I've seen people. I've played against them. I've played some of them myself. They're not what you guys are putting them out to be. And the reason I'm trying to get this point across is so many people, ask me, well, how do I counter this deck? It's gonna be unbeatable. It's gonna be the next new Insectors. Blah blah blah. No, it's not. Good deck? Yes. Unbeatable? No way. One of the biggest problems with the Atlantean deck is the consistency. It is not a very consistent deck by any means. By any means or standards, it's not very consistent. It just isn't. I mean, yes, sometimes you can get some pretty good plays off, but it's just not consistent. I mean, if you play more of Greed, stuff like that, it's a good deck. You can get the consistency down to what a normal deck should be. But it does have bad draws, and like any other deck. Like Spellbooks. Spellbook cards are powerful, I give you that. The thing is, people are like, well, that spellbook card that gives a monster 1,000 attack power. Well, if you activate 3 of it on one monster and run over your opponent's monster, your monster's like a 5k beat stick. And when you run over your opponent's monster, you get to draw 3 cards, and this and that and this. And oh yeah, Tsukuyomi just came off the ban list, so we can run her in spellbook and blah blah. And she can put a monster face down, and she can run over it, and this and that. And they just go crazy with it. And they don't even stop to read the cards. I mean, if you read that spellbook card of power, it says you may only activate 1 spellbook card of power per turn. You can't do that, and people don't understand. They won't stop and think. They just see a card, they read the first couple lines of text, and they're like, oh my gosh, it's broken. It's not broken. Calm down, take a deep breath, read the full card effect. Spellbook cards right now, everyone's so excited about them. Spellbook cards will be good. Don't be wrong. Spellcaster lovers will love this deck. It finally gives spellcasters the ability to be competitive, and I mean competitive. The Spellbook cards are some of the best spellcaster support I think we've ever seen, and we already have some old Spellbook cards that are out that we can use with that, such as I think it's the Spellbook of Fortune Telling. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's the name of it. It's a quick play spell card, and it's a spell book card. And you look at the top 3 cards of your deck and rearrange them as you like. That is basically a duality for spellbook monsters. So you could run 5 duality if you really want to. Or you can just run 3 of that, and it's basically duality, but it also will trigger off your effects because it's a spell book card. So like I said, you know, there's so many things you can do with it, but always understand there's a way to counter it, and they're not as broken as people say they are. Out of all the new archetypes, I'd say maybe the most dangerous to look out for either Gishkis for their exceeding capability or Atlantean for their exceeding capability. Lavalls are good, don't get me wrong, but they get shut down really hard by removal. I mean, any type of removals, and they're out of the game. So, like I said, but Lavals are going to be good too, because Lavals are more of a stack deck. I mean, that's the kind of thing, if you draw the right hand, you can just explode on your opponent. I mean, it's like Dark Arm Dragon almost. It's just like perfect 5 cards, game over. That's literally what it equates to sometimes. But that's how the Laval deck is, and that's how people build it. So, it'll be a good deck, but not what everyone's hyping up to be. So, this is Guru. I hope you guys enjoyed this content. I don't know why my videos have been having no sound lately. I've been trying to fix it. I think I fixed it. But if there's no sound on this video, then you won't hear any sound. But if there isn't any, then I may have to stop making videos for a while because I'm not sure what's happening. But I think I fixed it. There should be audio in this video, so if not, learn to read lips. Easiest way.